morning, this is Regina from Count Station Honey Farm. Today I was going to take and make a jam cake. There's a benefit going on that is really nice, and I hope you guys out there will take and help with this. It's on April the 23rd at the Tilton Firehouse at 5 p.m. It's for Joy Sapp. She has cancer, and I think it's probably Diane McIntyre who owns the store down here. I think it's her sister. So try to come out and support her. This is a wonderful cause. So I wanted to make a jam cake and donate it to them. This was my mom's jam cake, her and my Aunt Connie. And so I wanted to show you how to make it and give you the recipe, because I've had so many people ask for it. And my mom, Frances Fern, was a wonderful cook. So let's just get started. I have measured up a bunch of the ingredients here, and I'll tell you what I put in it when I do. So first of all, I've got 1 cup of brown sugar that I'm going to put in my large mixing bowl. Now, before I start, I've got my oven preheating at 350. So make sure you have that done. I almost forgot it. And then I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of butter. Now I used butter. Some people use margarine and things like that. I do not. But this is 3/4 of a cup of that. So I've let it get it room temperature a little bit, so it'll be a little easier to get mixed up. So I'm going to go and put that in there. And then I'm just going to let these two cream. Just a second. Now I've taken and our eggs. There's 3 eggs that I put in this cup, and I'm going to add it to our cream mixture here. Well, I'm going to go on and let this cream, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, now I'm going to take and put my 3 eggs in there. I usually put 1 at a time because you want it to blend good before you put your next one in. So I've got that going. And I've got my mixer on low medium because I don't want Bruce to wear it out there, which he might if I did it any faster. Mixers can be very hazardous. Now, you got your 3 eggs in. Now this cake, Mom always said you just add the ingredients. You know how a lot of cakes will tell you to add the dry ingredient and then a wet ingredient, and not this one. You just taken it just as she said, and I've always had wonderful luck with it. So apparently that is the way to do it. It's a real old-fashioned recipe, and some of you all may make yours this way already. I don't know, but I think that my Aunt Connie said that it was my grandmother's recipe. So, and which is great because it makes it always taste better. And my family really liked it. So, okay, the next I'm going to add a cup of buttermilk. And I'm going to slow it down. So in goes 1 cup of cultured buttermilk. You can use the low fat or you can use the regular buttermilk. There's that. And next we're going to do our jams in there. So, and of course there's only 1 kind of jam to use, and that's Count Station Honey Farm Blackberry Jam. I just thought I would add that. Just in case you're up the road in Count, pick up a jar. Not real expensive, not bad. So we're going to add a jar So that's going to be 1.5 cups. So there's 1 cup. Now, this is something that you really need to remember. There's 1 cup of the blackberry jam in there, but I am going to add the other 1/2 cup. Now, into this mixture, into your blackberry jam, you need to add your baking soda. So what you're going to do is you're going to add 2 teaspoons of your baking soda. And this is pretty cool because it foams up. See? Look at the foaming action take place. They're pretty cool. Okay, now we're just going to add that into with our eggs and our butter and our brown sugar and our jam. Now that's all added. And just put it on low. The next thing we're going to add is, this recipe calls for applesauce or apple butter. Either that you prefer is fine. Now, sometimes I do use the apple butter, but it just so happened over here today I had applesauce and we were going to have some for supper, so I just want to go and use that. So I'm going to do 1/2 cup of the applesauce. One-half cup. Just go and put it in your mixer with the other things. Now, get this out of the way. Now the next thing we're going to add is our dry ingredients. So in here I have just plain flour. That's all that's in here. I'm going to add to that plain flour, I've got 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And I have got 1 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of cloves, and that's going to go in there. I'm going to just give it a squirt, a sprinkle of black pepper, and I'm just going to take and stir that up. Now we're going to add it to this mixture. Just dump it in. Now, important, do not flip that mixer on high or Bruce will wear it, okay? Put it low. Yay, did it good. Now we're going to take and put a teaspoon of just pure vanilla extract. Now, we're just going to let it mix up, and then in a few seconds I'm going to turn it off and rub around the sides of it good. See, it's already a nice thick batter. Now, these two ingredients are optional, but I really think that it makes your cake. Okay, I've got a half a cup of raisins, just plain raisins, and I'm going to put those in there. And I've got a half a cup of nuts. Now, I didn't have the pecans today. I had walnuts. To me, it doesn't really matter, whichever you prefer, because the taste is great with either one of them. So I want to go on and put those in and let those get stirred around. And I hope you're not as messy as I am with all this. Now, in this cake, you do not want to stir a lot of air in it. So you just take your time and let it all combine good. This is a very dense, moist cake, which makes your crumb just really nice. And a lot of Kentucky people and Southern people like this sort of taste in a cake. So I'll be back in just a second and I'll show you how to put it in your pans. Okay, now I'm getting ready to put my cake into my pan so I can put it in the oven. The oven is preheated at 350. Now, some people are going to say, hey silly, you cannot use vegetable oil spray. This silly does it all the time. So, I mean, you know, you may want to do as the bakers say and get baker's magic and stuff. I don't. It's expensive and I don't need it. So, I just take and I spray my pan good. Now, I take and get a piece of wax paper and I put it in the bottom of my pans that I have sprayed. And that'll help your cake come out of the bottom easier. And then I just take and get them a little squish. Done. And I haven't taken and had to get vegetable oil out and flour out and everything. So, now here's the difficult thing for me because this is heavy. And I have trouble getting it in the pan. So, but I have the 3 pans here, and it's going to make 3 cakes. So you divide it equally between each pan. Now, if you want to be a real stickler about this thing, which I really don't care to be, by the way, you can take and get your scale out and measure each amount that you put in the pan to make sure it's the same amount. Well, since I'm not going to do that, you know. But, you know, it's up to you. If that's your thing, that's your thing. So you go right ahead. I am going to put it in the pans. And I'm going to eyeball it and see if I'm not getting pretty close to the same amount. Like I say, some of you will say, silly woman, you are taking and putting too much in one pan and not enough in the other. Which I probably am, by the way. But just watch your cake when it's cooking and make sure that if you do have less than one pan, that you don't burn it. So, let me get all of this out of here. Now, just spread it evenly to coat the bottom of your pan as you would any other cake. And then take and drop your cake a couple of times to get any air bubbles out of it. Now, that's what Mom always told me to do. I think that you do it for that. So, but I believed her, so okay. So anyway, I've got these ready to go in the oven. These are going to go into a 350 oven, and they're going to go in there for about 40 minutes. At 35 minutes, get your toothpick and start checking. And if you can insert a toothpick in and it comes out clean, then you know you've got it. And then I'll be here to show you what the final cake looks like. Okay, I just got the cakes out of the oven and they turned out really nice. Now, I cannot icing them right now because they're still warm. So you want your cakes to cool for a little while. Excuse me, Holmes. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to take and I'm going to wrap them up when they get cool, and then later on I'll show you how to make the icing and how to finish your cake up. Thank you for watching us today, and I hope this helps. Maybe you'd like to make a jam cake for your family.